everyone, it's Lisa and welcome to Make It Monday. Easter's right around the corner, so I thought I would share a project with you that would be quick and simple for your Easter gatherings. Great for place card settings. You could put a name here, or of course as a favor for those that are attending your Easter dinner. This was made using the adorable Scallop square die. It's one of my favorites. You'll notice too as a little tip here that I actually write on my dies what size to cut the cardstock, because this just makes it a lot faster for me when I go to pull it out and just get ready to cut paper, so I'm not wasting as much. The other great thing about this die that you'll notice compared to some of the others is that it's clear. So I use this for scrapbooking purposes as well. I'll go ahead and I put my picture behind here and I can see exactly where it's going to die cut, and it cuts out a beautiful scallop square. This is in the catalog. I'll go ahead and put the price and the order number on the screen for you. This actually started from this, a scallop square with Wisteria Wonder cardstock. And just to show you how we're going to score it, I made this template for you. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, oh my gosh, trust me when I show you, it's going to be so simple. So let me get started by bringing in my paper trimmer. And today I'm going to use the scoring blade. I just want to check real quick and make sure you can see me. Yep, you can. I've already done the stamping ahead of time, and I used the Whisper White ink pad and the Confetti stamp set. And I chose from here the flowers, this little image here. And because it's craft ink, it's pigment based, so it takes a little bit longer to dry, so I actually stamped this ahead of time. Now I'm going to go ahead and flip this over, and for the sake of the video, I have put some pen marks where I'm going to score. And you'll see how it's going to end up mimicking this in a few minutes. So with my trimmer, I'm going to line up the first one. And just so that you know, you are going to count 1, 2, 3 inside the third scallop. I want you to make sure that inside that indentation that your blade's going to line up, the scoring blade, in the track. And I'm just going to score. And I'm going to move it over. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and that's where my pen mark is. Again, I did that for you for the video. And if you need to mark it, it's going to be fine. If you do it in pencil, you can erase it because it's going to be on the inside. Then you're going to turn this and do it on the opposite side, exactly the same. 1, 2, and 3 up inside the track, lining it up and scoring, and then count a 3. 1, 2, and 3. Again, I put a pen mark there for you here, and score again. Now, right now, I'm going to bend it so you can kind of see. This is exactly what this is, these lines here. Now, let me show you how I did the corners. Hold it on the diagonal, and you're going to make sure that your scallop is up near the top. And the one thing I love about the Stampin' Trimmer is because this is nice and clear, you can actually line up the little arrow and your blade exactly where you need it and then just pull. And I don't know if you're able to see this on camera or not, but there's a crease just from here to here. So I'm going to do that on all 4 corners. Lining it up again and scoring. If you go a little bit over, it's not a big deal. It's going to be on the inside, and score. And this is my last one. Okay, so I can set the trimmer aside. And then next I'm going to use my bone folder. I love bone folder, especially for 3D projects. And I am going to score and crease all of those lines. Now, remember where we did this? I am actually going to invert these because it'll make it a little bit easier when I go to put the whole thing together. And I will go over them with my bone folder again, just to make sure that they're nice crisp folds. I find that 3D projects score really well when you have a nice crisp fold. Okay. Sorry, that one got stuck. All right, so now what's going to happen is our basket's going to come like this. Next step is a 1/8 inch hole punch. Unfortunately, Stampin' Up! Retired this little handheld punch, but I kept mine because us stampers and scrapbookers, we love our punches. 1 hole in each of the corners. Okay, and then you're going to need 12 inches of ribbon. This is that beautiful new Melon Mambo Organdy ribbon. Now, if you're like me at all and you have no fingernails, and I'm jealous of people that do, I just keep them short because of all the ink. I have a hard time getting my ribbon through here and pulling it because I have no nail. So let me show you a little trick. Use a stylus tool, and if you hold the end of the ribbon right over the hole and poke, you can get it through. So I'm going to go diagonally right over the end of the ribbon. You don't want to start in the middle because you don't want to rip the hole, and then pull. So I'm going to start by bringing this together, and I'm going to tie this. Okay, I find it easier if I do half at a time. Now what I'm going to do is take these other two ends and poke them through the last two holes. So this one's going to go here, and this one's going to go here. And I'm going to cinch these all the way in. That is a Stampin' Stylus. It's an old one. If someone's wondering, where did you get that? It isn't. It's an old one. The new ones are much prettier. Okay, so there we go. So now it's created those 4 little pockets. And I just went ahead and I tied this in a bow. And I used a little bit of colored Easter grass to kind of give it a little bit of a base before I put my candy in. So there's my bow. And of course, I used my wonderful paper snips to go ahead and give my ribbon ends a little haircut because they will get a little bit frayed from poking it through the holes with the stylus tool. Okay, and then last but not least, I used a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock and again my white ink pad, and I stamped the sentiment from the stamp set Every Bunny, and I used the Happy Easter Every Bunny. And I stamped it on here, and I went ahead and I used my modern label punch to punch it out. And then I filled it, here's my original one, with some grass, and I used malted milk balls. These are the ones that come out at Easter time that are actually chocolate. And just to give you a little hint, glue dots are your best friend. I love these. They're inexpensive, and they work like a charm. And it looks like I went through a lot of trouble of tying it in there, but I didn't, because let's face it, if we're going to be making party favors, we're not going to have time to tie them all on there. So all I did was I kind of just stuck this in here like so and gave it a quick squeeze, and it was all done. So there you have my original one and the one I put together. Now my original one, you'll notice I didn't stamp. It was kind of my prototype, but then I decided, oh wow, it looks so much cuter with the white flowers on it. So there you have it. That's today's project, and I look forward to you coming back next week for another session of Make It Monday.